In addressing the conflicts in an organization, the optics, that is, perception matters more. Optics most often generates victims, not heroes. And that is precisely why we care. Its potential damages impact us personally and professionally. From the moment we wake and start making choices for the day, optics guide every decision. Why? Because whether we want to admit or not, how others perceive us and our perception, reputation absolutely matters, and this is most true in any profession. Funny though, when it is that is generally referred to as skillful public relations or marketing, this perception plays a great and pivotal role. Managing the optics of human element is very important. A narrative of integrity, good people, and hard work in any organization will help in addressing the conflicts within the organization. Especially, a very effective human resource management strategy is an essential ingredient for the growth and in addressing these problems. Unfortunately, public is not held to our same standard. Our obligation is to our employees and communities must remain front of mind. Optics then will not rule our words and actions but become a positive byproduct and reward for when we choose the right path for all, that is everybody in the organization. Why causes and conflicts arise in an organization? According to Brookins, employee conflict in the workplace is a common occurrence resulting from the differences in employees' personalities. Poor communication. Poor communication is one of the main causes of conflict between employees in the workplace. This can result in a difference in communication styles and a failure of, to communicate his view properly to the other person. The manager failing to communicate in the workplace may cause employees to make an incorrect assumptions and breeds workplace gossip. Difference in personalities. A difference in personalities among employees is another cause of workplace conflict. Employees come from different backgrounds and experiences which play a role in shaping their personalities. When employees fail to understand or accept the differences in each other's personalities, problems arise in the workplace. Employee may possess a straightforward personality that results in him speaking whatever is on his mind, even if the timing is inappropriate. The employee with the straightforward personality may offend co-worker that does not possess the same type of personality. This is how the difference in personality will cause conflicts in the organization. Stress. Stress is the feeling of being under too much mental or emotional pressure. Pressure turns into stress when you feel unable to cope up with the work. That is where the role of a manager, the role of a team leader, the role of a HR person is very, very capable to solve the problem of avoiding the stress by creating several opportunities, several interactions, very good mentoring, and also good education system, that is learning system, learning and developing system in an organization. Members leave organization. Organization members who are increasingly frustrated with the level of conflict within the organization may decide to end their membership. This is especially detrimental, which members are part of the executive and they will definitely propagate against the culture of the organization, which will contribute to damage to the organization. This will decrease the productivity also. So the big solution for this is inspire creativity. Fortunately, some organization members view conflict as an opportunity for finding creative solutions to solve the problems. Conflict can inspire members to brainstorm ideas while examining the problems from various perspectives, share and respect opinions. Conflict can also cause members to actively listen to each as they work to accomplish the organizational goals. Improve future communication. Conflict can bring group members together and help them learn more and reach other and each other from learning each other's opinions on topics. Strategies for managing conflicts in an organization according to contingency and demand, for which a keen observers and important people with seniority and experience will play the role to sense what is actually happening in an organization, through which they can communicate, they can create, they can carve out solutions in order to avoid this conflict and pave the way for future communication. Accommodating the people. The accommodating strategy essentially entails giving the opposite side which it wants. The use of accommodation often occurs when one of the parties wishes to keep the pace of the other. Career or skills development, as I have already pointed out, the L&D must also analyze the psychic problems, the psychological backdrop of the people and the culture, what is happening in the organization. They can develop a mode, they can develop a strategy through learning and development to avoid these problems. They can develop skills that add value for the organization and also for the worker to make pace. For certain workers who are not able to move according to the pace, the L&D can play a vital role in bringing all the employees at the same path. Collaborating. Collaborating works by integrating ideas set out by multiple people. The objective is to find a creative solution acceptable to everyone. Collaboration, through useful, calls for significant time commitment not appropriate to all conflicts. Each conflict must be deeply analyzed. This analyzing the conflict, the origins of the conflict, then when you find that what are the real sources of the organization, then you can carve out a different collaborating system and solution. In which, in the process, creating procedures will reduce the conflicts in the organization. Compensation policy. This is very, very important in bringing normalcy, harmonious situation in organization and add a lot of the cultural mode to the organization. Any organization should adopt compensation principles that ensure fairness and equity in pay rates and salary administration. Transparency in compensation practices. An effective compensation policy is based on objective and up-to-date job descriptions, effective job evaluation and performance management, and relevant salary administration can definitely the most useful tool in order to control the conflicts in the organization. To conclude this, it seems the cause of conflicts in relations are myriad. Also, conflicts among employees and between employees and management are inevitable consequences of the relations in any organization. But still, it can be addressed. Administrative policies of compensation in organization need to adopt certain principles of transparency and good measures of the achievement, good measures of the capabilities of the executives and the worker. To achieve an optimum level of growth of organization, these need to be put in place. For definitely annual performance review must be highly objective, highly scientific, and it should be convincing. The method of objective evaluation process must be communicated to the every worker, and it must be convincing to the people that the way in which they are evaluated is correct. To ensure fairness and equity in pay rates and salary, as well as transparency in compensation because. This is because an effective compensation policy is vital and should be based on objective and up-to-date job descriptions, effective job evaluation, and the performance of the management, through which only the real conflicts arising in the organization can be addressed. And once again, we say here the leadership styles, leadership role, they play very, very important role. Once again, I reiterate this methodology adapted by the top management in the evaluation process and the transparency they maintain in compensation policy, which must be evident, which must be transparent and available to be studied by every worker, can solve this problem to maintain a good base in the organization for prosperity of the organization. Thank you.